Before you begin, this article has been merged with another which led to its being put into a small book because it was becoming bigger and bigger by the day. The book is on Amazon. Title: What is Satan? What is Lucifer? The Biggest Secret in the World. Author: Africa Sun. If you truly want to understand the black history lost and how we were blackmailed by Europeans in ancient times, read the book. I so much want black people to read the book that I'm willing to make it free. If I make money from it, fine. If I don't, fine. Download the book free at What is Satan? What is Lucifer? The Biggest Secret in the World. I highly recommend that you read the book instead, otherwise you can read a little part below. The science of archaeology, paleontology, and genetics has all proved beyond any doubt that human life originated in Africa. They have all shown that the first humans that ever lived had lived in Africa. See using DNA to trace human origin and migration. Then click through 119 to learn. Alternatively, you may watch the video below. Despite facts from the science of genetics about human origins, yet Western movies, books, continue to present Adam and Eve as whites. Despite facts from archaeology and paleontology, yet Hollywood and cinemas continue casting Bible characters as whites. How could Adam and Eve be white when human life began in Africa? How could Adam and Eve be white when the first humans lived in Africa? Just think about it. Adam and Eve, or whoever was the first human on Earth, whether by evolution or creation, must have looked like a typical African man and woman. And since Adam and Eve had children, it follows that their children must have been blacks also. Adam begot Seth, Seth begot Canaan, etc. Noah must have been a black man. Moses must have been a black man, down to Jesus the Messiah. Again, note that this is the conclusion of science, not my conclusion. Humanity originated in Africa, and from here we traveled to Arabia, Europe, Asia, South and North America, Australia. What this means is that blacks have been everywhere on this planet long before the emergence of any other race. What this means is that once upon a time, black people were the only people living on planet Earth. This is why I think those who do racism are fools, because there's only one race on Earth: black people. Every other race is a mutation, just an offspring of black people. Every other race is a product of black people. Now, this article is not about religion, but about history. So every historical source must be quoted, just as the science of genetics and archaeology are being used. The Bible and Torah manuscripts were written over 3,000 years ago, and owing to their age, they've become historical documents, whether myth or real. They need to be quoted as well, because no matter what ancient source you check, the truth is always there. The truth is the truth. The truth never changes. The original names of these lands. And you can clearly see African presence in the Bible. But in order to whitewash the Bible, European scholars had to rename Mizraim to Egypt, and Cush also renamed Ethiopia or Nubia. The Bible and Torah in Amos 9:7 called children of Ethiopians the same as children of Israel. It reads, "Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel, saith the Lord? Have not I brought up Israel out of the land of Egypt?" Note that the place called Egypt today, including most of the Middle East and the Mediterranean, were inhabited by black people at that time. The place known today as Egypt was a civilization that developed later from Ethiopia and Sudan. The Egyptians themselves said they came from the hinterlands of Africa at the beginning of the Nile River. The River Nile begins in Congo, Burundi, Tanzania, Rwanda, Kenya. Their god and monarchy didn't originate in Egypt in North Africa. Rather, it originated thousands of years inside Africa before Egypt. Example: Pharaoh Taharka or Tiharka, 690 BC to 664 BC, ruled from Ethiopia, Sudan. Pharaoh Taharka or Tiharka was mentioned in the Bible at 2 Kings 19:8-13, 2 Kings 19:9, 2 Kings 19:8. King Taharka was the fourth pharaoh in the 25th dynasty of the Egyptian monarchy, and he ruled from Ethiopia, Sudan, where Isis and Horus were worshipped for a very long time. See Egyptian pharaoh timeline. Pharaoh Menes 3150 BC to 3100 BC unified the two kingdoms. Other pharaohs that ruled the two kingdoms includes Pharaoh Shabaka 712 BC to 698 BC and Tarhaka 690 BC to 664 BC. Again, ancient Egypt was divided into two kingdoms known as Upper and Lower Egypt. The pharaohs were known as rulers of the two kingdoms, namely Upper and Lower Egypt. While the labeling of Upper and Lower might seem counterintuitive, with Upper Egypt in the south and Lower Egypt in the north, the terminology derives from the flow of the Nile from the highlands of East Africa, upstream, to the Mediterranean Sea downstream. Lower Egypt is to the north and is that part where the Nile Delta drains into the Mediterranean Sea. Upper Egypt is to the south, down to the African hinterlands, where the flow of the river Nile begins. The real Israelites are still in Africa today, however, many were sold to slavery between 1500 AD to 1800 AD. A white man cannot be an Israelite. Any place you see Israel in the Bible, replace it with Ethiopia or Sudan. That's the real name. Judah, Jews, Jesus Christ, Hebrews were later to become the descendants of Ham the black man. You can be rest assured Judah is black because both the Bible and Torah said so. In the Bible book of Song of Solomon 1:5-6, Solomon explicitly said, "I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but mine own vineyard have I not kept." There is no shortage of Bible or Torah passages showing that the Jews, Israelites, were black people. The book of Jeremiah 14:2 reads, "Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up." According to English language, the subject here is Judah, and they is a pronoun replacing Judah. So don't let anybody spin it to fool you. Judah is as black as the soil. You have to be black to even qualify as a Jew. Clearly, the Israelites were Africans migrating out of Africa. The map clearly shows the direction of their journey. The map cannot lie. If not for the innate humble and humane nature of the black race, we could have as well broadcasted ourselves as God as we populate the world. Had we done this, the issue of racism against the black man wouldn't be here today. White people would have simply believed that we are God. How else would they know we're not? The root of racism is that whites think of blacks as inferior. The real reason a white policeman would shoot an unarmed black man is because he thinks we're not as human as he is. We can change all that by re-engineering the minds of the black race with raw facts of science and history showing that we actually created the world. I've already started this project by recording these 3 songs. Unfortunately, I do not have the resources to get the song heard worldwide because I'm an independent recording artist, not with a record label. Neither am I in the radio or media where I could get it heard. Check iTunes or Amazon for 1. The Lost History, 2. Melanin. I sang about these things. Artiste name, Africason. Should you know anybody in the media passionate about black issues, have them get this song heard worldwide. Freedom begins in the mind.